Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the wild world of corporate filings. And today we're diving into 22nd Century Group Incorporated's latest report, and let me tell you, it hints at some pretty big changes coming down the pipeline, like a business deciding to do a massive makeover all at once. So, what is this filing all about? Think of it as a company quickly telling the world about important stuff that just happened. And for 22nd Century Group Inc., on the 20th of February 2026, they had a few key things to report. The main event really kicked off on the 20th of February 2026, and what happened that day has implications for how the company will be structured going forward, especially concerning its stock. First up, they had a special meeting for their shareholders. This is where the people who own pieces of the company get to vote on important proposals. And let me tell you, they voted on some pretty crucial things designed to get the company in line with the rules of the Nasdaq stock market. One of the biggest votes was Proposal 1. This was all about approving an amendment to the company's official papers to do a reverse stock split. Now, what is a reverse stock split? Imagine you have 100 tiny cookies, and instead of selling them for pennies each, you combine them into 10 much bigger cookies. That is essentially what a reverse stock split does for a company's stock. They decided to allow for a split anywhere from a 1 for -2 to a 1 for -200 ratio. The main reason is to boost the stock price so it doesn't get delisted from Nasdaq. The shareholders approved this by a significant margin, with over 2.2 million votes in favour. Then came Proposal 2. This one was about approving certain parts of their series a convertible preferred stock. Basically, this allows the company to issue new common stock at a price that might be lower than what Nasdaq typically requires, but it is necessary to keep meeting those Nasdaq listing rules. Again, the shareholders voted to approve this, though with a much smaller margin of 4 votes compared to the reverse split. This indicates a bit of a split opinion on this specific maneuver. Next up was Proposal 3, and this focused on warrants issued back in August of 2025. These are like options to buy stock later. The proposal was to add anti-dilution provisions to these warrants. In simpler terms, this protects the warrant holders from their investment being watered down if the company issues more stock. This also got the shareholder approval. Proposal 4 was about approving a potential future stock offering. This gives the company the flexibility to raise more money by selling more shares down the road. Again, keeping Nasdaq's rules in mind. And yes, you guessed it, this was also approved by the shareholders. Finally, Proposal 5 was to approve adjourning the meeting if needed. This is like a safety net, giving the company more time to get more votes if they needed them for any of the other proposals. This too received the green light from shareholders. Beyond the shareholder meeting, the company also released some financial news. On the 20th of February 2026, they put out a preliminary earnings release for the fourth quarter and the full year ending the 31st of December 2025. Now, this filing doesn't give us all the juicy numbers from that earnings release itself, but it tells us that the release exists and it is available as an exhibit. This is pretty common. They are essentially announcing that the details are out there, even if they aren't laying them all out in this specific report. Then there is another mention of these preliminary financial results under other events. They reiterated that they issued their preliminary and unaudited financial results for the fourth quarter and the year ended the 31st of December 2025, and that these results are filed as Exhibit 99.2. So, while this 8K form details the votes and announces the financial release, the actual financial meat is in those attached exhibits. We're told these are preliminary and unaudited, so they're like a sneak peek before the final official numbers come out. At the end, we see the signature of Lawrence Firestone, the Chief Executive Officer, who confirms that the company is indeed filing this report. Looking at this report, the big story is clear. 22nd Century Group Incorporated is actively taking steps to ensure it complies with Nasdaq's strict listing rules. The reverse stock split is a significant move, often a sign that a company's stock price has fallen considerably and they need to artificially inflate it to stay listed. This can sometimes be seen as a last resort, but it is a necessary one if they want to continue trading on a major exchange. The approval of the other proposals suggests shareholder confidence in the management's strategy to navigate these regulatory hurdles. However, the fact that some proposals, like the one concerning the series of preferred stock, had a narrower margin of approval might indicate some investor caution about the potential dilution effects or other complexities involved. The preliminary financial results are mentioned, but without the actual numbers in the report, it is hard to gauge the company's immediate financial health. We'll have to wait for those detailed exhibits to truly understand how the business performed in 2025. So, what is the verdict? 22nd Century Group Inc. is in a defensive mode focused on survival and compliance on Nasdaq. The key risk here is whether these seemingly necessary stock adjustments will translate into genuine business improvement and long-term growth, or if they are just cosmetic fixes. The opportunity lies in their ability to leverage this period of regulatory compliance to then focus on profitable operations and market expansion. For now, it seems the company is prioritizing staying on the playing field before it can win the game. Alright, that is our decode of 22nd Century Group Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these moves and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think a reverse stock split is a good strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps us out, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the corporate world. And hey, if you want to chat more about these filings and other financial topics, check out our Discord community linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.